Alright, what is up YouTube? So today I'm hanging out at the house. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I have to film another video that you'll probably see before this video or after. Gotta clean this up, gotta clean the whole garage. What's new? Everything's a mess. I just had to pick up, we've been doing a bunch of stuff that I haven't filmed. I haven't filmed in a couple days, but we had to use my my girlfriend's dad's Ranger along with Ryan's Kubota that we brought somewhere else to move dirt. This thing really can't handle with the dump. It's all plastic for the dump, but it's all hydraulic. It lifts up and it can dump the dirt out. So we used it one day for that. Took it because I got to bring it back. It's been there for like 3 days and we haven't used it. But it really can't handle it with the amount of dirt we were dumping in there. It was like 3 full buckets from the excavator, and it really struggles. Like that lift was gonna go out at some point. But regardless, it's super dirty from using it. I have to power wash it up, clean it up before I return it. And yeah, that's that. I gotta clean up my truck because, I mean, you really can't tell it's a little bit dirty. I haven't washed it in weeks because I let Ryan borrow it yesterday for the day. That way he can pull his trailer and cut the lawns and do the work he needs to do for the day. Because I didn't need my truck for a bit, and I told him that he can borrow it due to his new F-250 breaking down on the side of the road. He had to park it there for a few days because he blew like the turbo to, I don't know, it blew, something happened and he needed to get it apart before he could drive it. So I let him borrow that for a couple hours yesterday. I haven't touched base on the new graphics on the 250. If you haven't seen the video where I put it on, check it out. If not, you're seeing them here. It was either a hit or miss. I mean, some people liked the front end, the black with the white with the black graphics, versus changing it to the white where the black is white. That way it's more white in the front to match the white plastics and this and that. So I'm still getting the white ones in. I'm not really sure. I'm probably still gonna change it out or like try to preserve the graphics so I can put it back on there if I wanted to at some point. So along with I got another couple spark plugs for the 125, since that when I rode it at that little track we're building at Ryan's, it was bogging. So I'm gonna check the spark plug, take that out in a minute, and then I'll swap that out with the Freshie. I really gotta let it after I ride it. Even though I turn the gas off, the fuel is still sitting in there. And if I know I'm not gonna ride it for like a week or however long, I should definitely probably let it idle and then burn all the fuel out. But alright, before I get a lot of questions using the foam cannon on the truck and whatnot, it's linked down below. It's like 20 bucks for the foam cannon. Sprays foam, soap all over your truck, rinse it off, and it's clean. So everything is linked down below. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Truck is kind of washed, rinsed off, kind of soaped up. Ranger's all washed up. I'm gonna go drop that thing off, bring it there, come back, and then I'll get on with everything else. So as you guys know, I drank a lot of Arizona, these like dollar teas. I'd probably drink 2 or 3 a day, I feel like. But I emailed them a while ago, and they asked for my information, and come to find out a couple of weeks later, they sent me some merch. They sent me a an Arizona t-shirt, one of these, like a basic iced tea, really what's on the can. A snapback right here. Sunglasses with the Arizona stuff on the side. So shout out to Arizona. They didn't have to do that. Hooking it up with some merch. There we go. Alright, YouTube, what is up? So today it's going to be a little bit different of a video. I want to start a series where kind of helping people out. I get hundreds of questions every day on the comments, Instagram DMs, throughout everywhere, beginners getting into the sport, this and that, questions, even if you've been riding, this and that. So I want to have a series where I go over specific topics. This isn't a vlog, this isn't that. This is just specifically what the title says. I talk about that, and that's it. So if you guys are new, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more how-tos. Comment below some different videos if you want to see in this kind of realm of how-to videos, what you need, this and that, what you need for a bike, what you need to get started, what bike's best for you, anything. Also, if you have any additional things aside from what I covered, definitely post them down below. Help some people out, comment back to people. I'll also be replying to people in the comments. And yeah, people that want to see vlogs, tomorrow should be a vlog. These videos are going to be uploaded sporadically throughout the normal vlogs here and there. Think of it as an extra video, but if you already know this information, click off the video. Don't leave any hate comments, because not everybody knows. You didn't jump into dirt bikes and this and that knowing everything, so you had to learn at some point. So I'm just helping the people that want to learn. Also, something I want to mention is I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. Anybody can find out this information by looking it up online, reading a couple articles, this and that, or just having basic knowledge. So I'm just making a video form of it. I'm sure there's a lot of other videos like what I'm doing, but I figured I can help maybe another 5-10 people out, and that's all that really matters. So got my long little cheat sheet here of everything written down, what I need to cover. So for the 5 dirt bike tips for beginners, or maybe some people that have ridden for a little while might find some of this information useful. So the first most important thing, if you're a beginner getting into the sport, this and that, you need gear. You need a helmet. At least, you don't need riding gear, I guess, if you're not racing, if you're just riding trail. So you at least need a good helmet. Bunch of variety of brands like Bell, Shoei, Fox, what else? Troy Lee, 6D. The list goes on for helmets. I'll probably pop them up on the screen right here of the different helmets you can choose from, or I'll leave everything linked down below in the description of everything I talk about. So if you find something or a product I'm talking about in the video, everything will be linked down below where you can see it and buy it. The next thing would be like a chest protector, neck brace. I had my Leatt neck brace I wore for a while, and I just recently, this past year, stopped wearing it. But it's personal preference. Everybody has their opinion on neck braces. Some will wear it, some won't. Along with knee braces, I just finally invested in this year. Whole like knee from hyperextending, it still can happen, but now wearing them all the time, like I never want to ride without them. It just keeps you, makes you feel more safe, I guess. Like everything's more to, you'd understand if you have knee braces, but, or you can get knee pads just to protect yourself a little bit. Because you catch a rock or roost something to your knee, or you hit a branch, or you fall down, hit a rock, root, whatever, it's gonna hurt. So definitely invest in some knee pads. I started out with what, $100 little pads, braces. You can get up for 30 bucks, whatever. But it's definitely something that you need to invest in. So as far as the riding gear, there's a variety of different brands to choose from, like Alias, what I wear. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. If they're going out of business or whatnot, or what's the deal, but they haven't updated anything in a while, and everybody got off the team and this and that. There's like FASTHOUSE, like I said, Fox Shift, Thor. There's a bunch of different gear to choose from. It's all personal preference, what you like, the design, and this and that. Along with that, obviously riding boots. That's like probably riding boots and a helmet is most important. Protect your feet. You don't want to clip something, you fall off, you're gonna burn yourself, this and that. So riding boots and a helmet are key, and goggles. Don't go cheap on helmets. Like, it's literally protecting your head. Like, that's definitely something you should go all out on and invest the most money on. Alright, so the second thing here is to always look ahead of you, regardless if you're racing, you're riding trails, anything. Always look ahead so you can kind of scan and see what to prepare for, if you need to brake, accelerate, this and that. So if you're focused kind of in front of you on that front fender directly, like what's in 3 to 5 feet, you're not going to be able to prepare yourself for what's coming up in the next 20 feet. So you have to be ready and always look ahead, scan, make sure you're not going to hit anything, this and that, because it can save you. And it's always better to look straight and not look just directly down in front of you, and it kind of helps to like flow and this and that. Also, looking directly down makes you focus on more and kind of worry about hitting that one object. So say for example, if you're in trails, there's a big rock or there's a big root and you're focused on that, you're probably going to hit that because you're so focused on not hitting that or looking at that thing. It's really hard to explain, but that's probably what's going to happen. You're going to hit it, or you're going to mess up trying to do something else to go around it. So just scan ahead, prepare yourself for what's about to come. Alright, so number 3, make sure you check your bike over, make sure everything's tight, make sure your chain's tight, make sure your wheels aren't gonna fall off, make sure all the nuts are tight. I'm not very good at that. As you can see, most of my plastics and stuff's coming out. At least make sure everything's tight, go over the bike, check it over, tire pressure, chain like I said. Make sure your brakes are all pumped up if you changed your tire and you threw the rim and stuff back in and didn't pump up your brakes. Otherwise you go out on the track or the trail and you're hitting your brakes and you have no pressure because the pads are still spread apart. Make sure it has gas before you go out and run out on the trail, or go off a jump and you run out of gas or this and that, which would be very bad. Like I said, tire pressure, go over the whole bike, make sure it's good before you throw your leg over it, start it up and go riding, because you never know what happened from that previous ride if you didn't check it over. So check your bolts, check everything before you ride it. Okay, so number 4 is to have confidence. If you don't have confidence, then it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna work out. Like, you already mentally have to prepare in your head that you're gonna make it up something, and like, picture yourself hitting it before you actually hit it in your head. That way you already like have it all planned out and figured out before you actually commit to doing it, because the worst thing that you're gonna do is commit at a jump. You're gonna be charging at it and then bail out last second, slamming your brakes, or bail out last second, let off the throttle, and then you're gonna case it. Could come off funny. Somebody could land on you. Like, you have to be mentally prepared to do it. Like I said, go in your head over and over that you can do it, you can hit it, you know what you're doing, you can clear this jump, you can go up this hill climb, you can do whatever. But you have to mentally be prepared to do it before you do it. Otherwise, you're gonna crash or something's gonna go wrong. Unless you just get really lucky and you make out like not crashing and whatever. But and lastly, once you're done riding for the day, the bike's gotta get washed. So first of all, make sure your air box is sealed off with duct tape like I'm showing right now, along with the exhaust is plugged and everything like that's good to go. Otherwise, your air filter is gonna get wet. It's gonna shoot into the air box. It's not good. Or take your air filter all the way out. Put the cover on, take your seat out, wash out your air box, do that. I don't do that every time depending on how dirty it is, this and that, but regardless, seal it up, make sure nothing gets in there. And then what you can do is you can wash your bike upright first, and then once you get all the dirt off, the dirt essentially is getting shot up from underneath, so you're gonna lean it on its side, wash underneath, clean it all up. I like to use Simple Green, like I said, to clean the bike. It's super cheap, I think. For like a 5-gallon, it's like $5, and this will last quite a long time. Like, this will make your tires look black, like that new black color when you first get them when they're brand new. Along with shine everything up, get all the dirt and grime off, and then you can use like an SOS pad or a Scotch-Brite pad or whatever to clean your pipe, like on the 2-stroke, to get all that like surface rust and crap off. You can use that, which I pretty much have to use every time, and then WD-40 the pipe when you're done so it doesn't rust. And then once I'm done with that, I like to hit it with some SC1. That'll it's just a clear coat stuff. It makes the plastic look new, and I think it's like $7 for a can of this, and it'll last a good while depending on how much you use it. But spray some of this on there, let it sit for a minute, wipe it off with a paper towel, or leave it on there, make it super extra glossy. But yeah, this stuff will definitely make your bike look new if you're trying to sell it, or just have it look new in the garage before you go ride it the next time. So if you want to check this out with a Simple Green or anything, like I said, everything's linked down below in the description. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it to conclude the 5 steps or 5 tips for beginners with dirt bikes getting into the sport. If you're already riding, this might have helped you a little bit if you watch this full video through. If you guys want to see more of these, like I said, definitely post a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. And hit the subscribe button, like I said, if you want to see more of these. If you guys didn't like this video, also let me know down in the comments, because constructive criticism is always good, so I can improve on these videos and try to make them better each video that I make. And hopefully I had stuff on the screen so you can see throughout of what I'm actually talking about, and so you can kind of get a visual aside from me just talking about it. Like I said, if any of you have some other tips for people getting into the sport, already in the sport, tips that I didn't talk about, which I'm sure I didn't cover a lot, because I'm sure I left out some stuff that other people know, and everybody has a different way of doing things. So everybody has a different product to use, different things to use, different steps to do it. Some people might not like Simple Green, some people might like it, some people might have a better stuff to use for what I'm doing. So post your comments, let me know so I can make another video on it, or help somebody out that's looking for tips on anything dirt bike related, anything ATV, UTV, anything that can help anybody out. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, stay on the lookout for more how-to videos, different tips and tricks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.